This beautiful, loving mother was not only shot, but brutally attacked by the father of her child. However, did he plan to do it, or was it all planned by someone else just to get to him? Let's find out right now. Wicked Wednesday, my Cajun cuties. Yes, it's me, Anne-Marie, aka the Cajun Crime Queen from Carrincou, Louisiana. Cajun born, Cajun bred, and when I die, I'll be Cajun dead. I hope after this video that you'd like, subscribe, and comment, and don't forget to press on that notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne-Marie. I hope you have a beverage. I hope you have a snuggle partner or a snuggle fur partner. Those are the best, and you are ready to hear a true crime story with yours truly. And as always, I want to know, are y'all drinking that water? Are y'all staying hydrated? Are y'all getting those tickers up? Remember, just a quick 20-30 minute walk, especially first thing in the morning, get those endorphins up, and you are going to have an amazing, wonderful day, I promise you. And as always, thank you all for joining me on this beautiful Wicked Wednesday evening as we discuss another true crime case. Alyssa Ann Burkett was born on December 31st, 1995 in Dallas, Texas to her mother, Teresa. Alyssa had one sister named Madison. When Alyssa was 22 years old, she met a man 9 years older than her on a dating website named Andrew Beard. Andrew was very good looking and very successful. He had his own home, his own car, and his own plane. However, after only a couple of months of dating, Alyssa finds out some very exciting news. She is going to have a baby. That's just like me. I found out I was pregnant when I was 21 years old. I had met my first baby daddy in July, and by October, I was pregnant. I was scared to death because we weren't together. But now, 19 years later, I have a beautiful little girl named Anna Catherine. She is a sophomore in college, and I couldn't be more proud of her. Anyway, Alyssa was extremely scared at first, but her fears turned to excitement when she found out she was going to have a baby girl. Even though Andrew and Alyssa were not together, Andrew asked Alyssa for full custody when the baby was born. Alyssa looked at Andrew and said, "You must be out of your effing mind." Andrew wanted to be a full-time father to Alyssa's baby, but Alyssa said to herself, "There is no way you're going to take my little girl when she is born." On July 23rd, 2019, Alyssa gives birth to a beautiful blue-eyed baby girl named Willow Ann. And Alyssa is crazy about baby Willow. She dotes on her 24/7. Alyssa's friends say motherhood looks good on Alyssa. She was just in love with baby Willow. However, Alyssa wasn't the only one crazy about baby Willow. Andrew, Willow's father, was crazy about her as well. He always had baby Willow strapped to his chest in one of those baby Bijons and was always singing, dancing, and playing with her. He loved her so much. Andrew had baby Willow a couple of times a week, but he still wanted primary full custody of baby Willow. In the meantime, Alyssa goes back to school and gets a job as an assistant property manager, while Andrew keeps dragging Alyssa back and forth to court to get more time with baby Willow. Lizette, Andrew's mother, said that Andrew was prime time in love with baby Willow, always reading to her, always strapping her to his chest, always wanting to be around her 24/7. Andrew had money, he had power, and Alyssa was always terrified that she would lose custody to Andrew because he had more than her. He had the money, he had the house, he had his own plane, his own car. She was always worried that the court would give baby Willow more time with Andrew. And around this time, Alyssa begins a new relationship with a man named Ben. And Alyssa isn't the only one in a new relationship. Andrew Beard starts dating a beautiful blonde bombshell named Holly ELKINS. Everyone loves Holly. She is beautiful, sweet, loving, and wonderful. Andrew's mom, Lizette, says that her and Holly clicked on day one. They were just magnetic towards each other. Holly was simply a wonderful, charming young lady. Alyssa was thrilled that Andrew was in a new relationship. She wanted nothing more than Holly to be supportive towards her. Holly sends this text message to Alyssa. I'm going to read it to y'all. Alyssa, looking forward to having a super healthy relationship with you and Ben. Alyssa responds with, I hope your influence helps because I'd love nothing more for all of us to have a healthy, loving relationship. Sounds like a dream come true, right? Yep, sounds like a dream come true. The perfect co-parenting, the perfect relationship for the couple. Wrong. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Andrew starts dragging Alyssa back to court for full primary custody of baby Willow. And around this time, Alyssa believes she is being watched. She believes that Andrew Beard is tracking her every move. He seems to know where Alyssa is at all times. And one time, he even showed up at the same bar Alyssa was at. Alyssa knew that Andrew was tracking her, waiting for her to do something wrong so she would lose baby Willow. And things took a turn for the worse in September of 2020 when a man named Frank Morrow called 911 to report Alyssa. This man named Frank Morrow that called 911 on Alyssa reported that Alyssa was selling drugs out of the trunk of her car at her job. The police arrive at Alyssa's job and confront her. She gives them the keys to her car and allows them to check her vehicle. And inside of Alyssa's vehicle, the cops find drugs, a gun, and tons of cash. Alyssa says she knows nothing about any of this, that none of this is hers, and she doesn't know how any of this got inside of her trunk. She is worried and terrified that she's going to lose her job, that she is going to be arrested, and worse, she was scared that because of all of this situation, she was going to lose custody of baby Willow. After the cops interviewed Alyssa, they clearly knew that Alyssa knew nothing about the gun or the drugs. They figured that someone had planted the drugs and the gun inside of Alyssa's vehicle. Alyssa was worried and texted one of her friends and said, he's going to try to find someone to kill me next. She knew that Andrew had something to do with the planting of these drugs and this gun inside of her car. And less than a month later, on October 2nd, 2020, Alyssa arrives at work at 9 a.m. and parks in her usual parking spot. A black expedition pulls up on the side of her. While she's still in her car, an African-American person, as described by a witness, gets out of the expedition carrying a gun, goes up to Alyssa and shoots her through the window, then runs back into his car and backs out. Even though Alyssa is shot in the eye and the face, she gets out of her vehicle and starts to run to her office. The man in the expedition sees Alyssa is not dead, gets out of his vehicle and sprints to Alyssa. And this time he is holding a knife. He runs up to Alyssa and starts to attack her with the knife. And Alyssa is fighting for her life, fighting. There's even a bloody handprint on the window. She was trying to get help any way she could, but it wasn't a good fight for her. Alyssa was stabbed 44 times. Yes, 44 times. And as you all know, as I always tell y'all, stabbing is very personal. You are in the person's face. You are right there. And sadly, on that day, Alyssa Burkett passed away due to her injuries. Who on earth would want to shoot and attack a beautiful young mother? Who would do this to Alyssa Burkett? Everyone had one name and one name only, Andrew Beard. But a witness believes that he saw an African-American man pull out in that black SUV. And that witness says he saw that person shoot Alyssa Burkett. The cops pull Andrew over hours after Alyssa's murder, and he is with his fiancée, Holly, and it just so happens on that day, Andrew has baby Willow. The cops say that Holly and Andrew seem unfazed about the murder. They are extremely calm, and they say they have nothing to do with the murder. They deny everything. Cops can't keep them, and they let them go. However, they tell Andrew and Holly to go to a hotel because they want to search Andrew's home. And when they search Andrew's home, they found a mountain of evidence. They find an envelope, and on the back of this envelope, it says the name Frank Morrow, the same name that called 911 to report Alyssa selling drugs out of her trunk just a month before. And on this envelope, it says Frank Morrow's name, the type of car Alyssa drives, her license plate number, and the color of her car. Why is this envelope in Andrew's possession? They also find a box that at one time contained a tracking device. So cops believe that Andrew was tracking Alyssa. They also find a bottle of foundation of It was called Java. The foundation was, police believe that Andrew bought it to disguise the color of his skin, to make it look like he was darker than he really was. Cops also find an abandoned black Expedition less than a mile from Andrew's home, and they find a video of Andrew running from that SUV to his home on the day of Alyssa Burkett's murder. Inside of this black SUV, the police find Alyssa's blood as well as a fake beard. The police believe that Andrew put dark makeup on his skin to disguise his skin color and put on a fake beard to disguise the way he looked. The police also believe that the only reason that Andrew Beard purchased this black SUV was to commit the murder of Alyssa Burkett. And I don't understand how Andrew thought he was going to get away with this. He had a black SUV in his name that he abandoned on the side of the road, then runs to his house. I'm telling y'all, there is no such thing as the perfect murder. Do not commit murder. Do not hurt anyone. You will not get away with it. There are cameras everywhere. It's better to do the right thing. However, just 3 days later, Andrew Beard is arrested for the murder of Alyssa Burkett. And while Andrew is being arrested, the police interview Andrew's fiancée, Holly Elkins. And y'all, does she talk? Does she talk? Yeah. She doesn't stop talking. She's like, I don't need a lawyer because I believe that I didn't do anything wrong. I believe that my fiance didn't do anything wrong. I told the whole world how wonderful my fiance is. He's just a wonderful person. And there's no way he would murder a woman and the mother of his child. There's no way. She looked at them and told them, y'all can't convince me that my fiance committed this murder. There's no way y'all can tell me he did this. And he was home with me at the time of the murders. She even went to say, I'm a stage 5 clinger girlfriend. I know where my man is 24/7 and he was with me and y'all can't convince me otherwise. The cops looked at her and in their heads were probably thinking they knew that Andrew Beard committed this murder. After interviewing Holly for hours, she is allowed to go home. Holly Elkins returns to Andrew's home and lives with his mother, Lizette. And Lizette says they are connected at the hip. They don't do anything without each other. They are standing by each other and they love each other. And they are just waiting for Andrew to get out of jail because they know that Andrew did not commit this murder. Holly is standing by her man. However, just 2 weeks later, Andrew is going to get out of jail. Holly walks into the kitchen the day before he is released with all her suitcases, already called her Uber, looks at Lizette and says, I'm leaving. I'm going back home to my home state of Michigan. Doesn't say anything else, walks out, and is never heard from again. Never, nothing, not a peep from Holly. And Holly's childhood friend who grew up with Holly said Holly always had a man. She was always very manipulative and always wanted to be in charge of everything. And that friend says that Holly never mentioned Andrew, never mentioned Alyssa or Willow. This childhood friend says she knew nothing about Holly's life back in Texas. Yo, Holly goes back to Michigan. She got a new man. She got a new condo. And she got a brand new Lexus. My girl has a whole new life up in Michigan. But how long will that last? And just 8 days after Andrew Beard is released from jail, he is rearrested and charged with stalking Alyssa Burkett, resulting in death. And just 20 months after the murder of Alyssa Burkett, Andrew Beard calls his mother and says he is pleading guilty. And she's like, what are you talking about? Why are you pleading guilty to something you didn't do? And that is when Andrew Beard admitted to killing Alyssa Burkett. He told his mother, Lizette, that he did, in fact, murder the mother of his child. Lizette was shocked. She couldn't believe it. How could her son, her loving son, murder the mother of his child? She couldn't believe it. And not only did Andrew admit to it, but Andrew was ready to talk. And did he talk? Oh yes, Andrew talked. And he was ready to make a deal with police. He says that not only did Holly know about the murder, that she planned the entire things. And when cops found text messages in Holly's phone, guess what? Remember how Holly said she wanted this healthy relationship with Alyssa? No. Holly hated Alyssa with a burning passion. She called her names like fat, ugly, and a bad mom, and even had Alyssa's name and number saved as her, saved in her phone as C baby mama. Now, y'all know what that C word is, and that C word is a word that no person wants to be called. Now, what a twist is this, y'all? What a twist. You go from a loving, wonderful person, a beautiful blonde bombshell girlfriend, to a cold stone killer. She was an evil, wicked woman who wanted nothing more than Alyssa Burkett to be murdered by her fiancé, Andrew Beard. It sounds to me like Holly Elkins was extremely jealous of Alyssa Burkett and was going to stop at nothing to get baby Willow 100% of the time. Holly wanted Alyssa Burkett eliminated from her and Andrew Beard's life 100%. She wanted Alyssa gone, and she was going to stop at nothing to get what she wanted. And remember all that drug planting, all of the drugs and the gun and the cash found in Alyssa Burkett's trunk? According to Andrew Beard, that was all Holly's planning. Holly did all of that and wanted Alyssa caught. And on one occasion, Andrew and Holly did not arrive to drop off baby Willow to Alyssa. So Alyssa and her mother Teresa got in the car, drove to Andrew's home to pick up baby Willow. When they arrived, they see Holly Elkins coming down the driveway in a golf cart with baby Willow sitting on her lap. Teresa, Alyssa's mother, steps out of the vehicle, grabs baby Willow, puts her in her car seat, and they drive away. As soon as Alyssa drives away, Holly Elkins calls the cops and says Teresa, Alyssa's mother, had brutally attacked her. When the cops arrive, Holly is describing how Teresa came at her from behind and grabbed her and just started attacking her. And when the cops asked to take pictures of the scratches, I knew right away right away that these scratches were self-inflicted. If somebody's going to attack you from behind and they are trying to get to you, you are going to have scratches like this because they're attacking you from behind. You're going to have scratches, going up. When the cops looked at her body, the scratches were like this. The scratches were going down, and the scratches on her belly, on her stomach, were just going across, just like this. They were just going across. You could tell it was very apparent that these scratches were self-inflicted, and the cops believed it as well. So Holly knew she had to up her game. But how was she going to up her game? She sent this text message to her fiancé, Andrew Beard. I don't want anyone who is a P word to some low life or a pushover. I want a man who protects his woman and child before anyone and doesn't give two F's otherwise. Holly was extremely manipulating towards Andrew Beard. Andrew Beard said he could no longer take it anymore. He was emotionally and physically drained at this point and became completely submissive towards Holly. He said that she was going to stop at nothing until Alyssa Burkett was dead. She wanted her to be gone. She wanted her completely eliminated. And he says that he knew that the only way to make Holly happy was to murder Alyssa Burkett, to murder the mother of his child. When I hear about these men murdering the mother of their child for another woman, it makes me completely sick. Chris Watts, Chris Coleman, Scott Peterson, and now Andrew Beard. What do these women have that these men have to resort to murdering the mother of their children? Why is this happening? A week and a half before the murder of Alyssa Burkett, Holly leaves and goes to Mexico. While she is in Mexico, she was still controlling Andrew and texting him. On September 25th, she texts Andrew, I hope you handle it. I don't want to come home to bullshit. And Andrew responds with, that's my goal. And get this, y'all. Do y'all want to know how sick Holly Elkins is? How twisted this beautiful blonde woman really is? Let me tell you how disgusting she is. It was said by Andrew Beard that after the murder of Alyssa Burkett, Holly Elkins wanted details about the murders. And where did she want these details? She wanted the details of Alyssa Burkett's murder while in bed with Andrew Beard. Yes, while having intercourse, Holly Elkins wanted all the details on the murder of Alyssa Burkett. Y'all, I have been doing crime for years, yeah, and I have never heard of something more disgusting and twisted if this is true. If Andrew Beard is telling the truth that Holly want all of the details, all of the gruesome details while they were in bed together, she and him as well are two sick, twisted, disgusting human beings. I'm just shocked. I'm shocked. That is horrible, horrible, just horrible. I don't even have words. And y'all know me, I could talk forever. I don't have words right now about how I feel about these two horrible, disgusting individuals. In May of 2023, Andrew Beard is sentenced to 43 years in prison. And in July of 2023, Holly Elkins is arrested in Miami on her way back from the Dominican Republic. And guess what? Her phone tells a story. Her phone, Holly's phone, shows that she and Andrew were together when the ammunition was purchased, when the knife was purchased, when the makeup was purchased, as well as a tracking device. So the police knew that Holly knew all about the murder of Alyssa Burkett. And in August of 2024, Holly Elkins is sentenced to 2 life terms in prison. And in my opinion, Holly Elkins was the ringleader. but that does not put Andrew Beard in the right. Both of these individuals committed a horrible crime. They murdered the mother of a child. That little girl was so young and so little to lose her mother. And they wanted to eliminate Alyssa Burkett so they could be together, so they can raise this family and have this life together. But as soon as Alyssa Burkett is murdered, Andrew goes to prison and Holly goes back to Michigan and starts this new life and forgets about her life in Texas. I do believe that these two individuals were monsters. They were complete monsters. Horrible, horrible people. And I do believe that Alyssa got the justice that she deserves. And my heart goes out to Alyssa's family and friends, especially that sweet baby girl of hers, Willow. I hope that baby Willow remembers her mother. And as I was watching the documentary on the story, it was so touching how Alyssa's family brings baby Willow to Alyssa's grave, especially on Mother's Day. It was so touching. It touched my heart and it touched my soul. And I hope that Willow always remembers how loving and wonderful her mother was. Willow Ann is thriving as in the custody of Alyssa's mother, Teresa. My final thought, I always give y'all my final thought. And my final thought is, I am very happy that these two individuals are behind bars and in jail. And I hope to God that neither one of these two individuals get out of prison. They do not deserve to see the light of day. They don't. They're horrible people. And you know what the sad part about this whole situation? Baby Willow's mother is no longer with us. And baby Willow's father is in jail for the murder of her mother. And Teresa, Alyssa's mother, is going to have to explain that to Willow one day. And that is very sad. And that is very heartbreaking. This little girl doesn't have either one of her parents with her. And both parents wanted her. Both parents adored her. But this woman walks into Andrew Beard's life and it's just a tornado. Holly ELKINS walked into the life of Andrew Beard and Alyssa Burkett like a tornado and destroyed everything in a matter of months. No person deserves to be murdered. No person deserves to die. And I just can't stop thinking about this little girl. And my heart and my love and my prayers go out to baby Willow every day. No one should ever resort to murder. No one. As I always say, I'm here for y'all for anything. Don't ever go down the path of murdering someone, especially murdering someone for someone else. Be true to you. Be true to what's right. Go down the right path, never the wrong path. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I hope that y'all like, subscribe, and comment. And don't forget to press on that notification bell so you never miss a video from me, Anne Marie. And as always, stay safe. Always be aware of your surroundings. And once again, always know that I am here for you. Any requests, or if you just want to talk, or if you need anything, you can always contact me. I'm here for you. Thank you so much for the love and support. And for you, I am truly grateful. I will see y'all next week with more videos. And as always, I love you. Kisses.